The first Halo was in the beginning planned to be released exclusively on Mac OS and Windows platforms. However, back then, Halo was a very different game. Instead of the first-person shooter everyone's familiar with today, it was a real-time strategy-type game, similar to Bungie's previous game series called Myth. This early version of Halo was first shown at the 1999 Macworld Expo, and Steve Jobs himself even talked about the game on stage.
Jason Jones, who is the co-founder of Bungie and the Halo project lead. Halo is the name of this game, and we're going to see, for the first time, Halo.
The next public reveal would be at E3 in 2000. At this point, it was no longer an RTS game. Instead, Halo now featured a third-person perspective. Soon after it was shown at E3, Microsoft acquired Bungie Studios and Halo became an exclusive launch title for the upcoming console, Xbox. It was first planned to be released in late 2000, but as they decided to transform it into a first-person shooter, the game and thus the console itself was delayed. After years of development, the Xbox, along with Halo Combat Evolved, was released on November 15th, 2001. There was a planned Halo game simply called Halo DS. Much like the name implies, the game was planned to be released on the Nintendo DS. In 2007, IGN even played a short demo of the game which showcased features like dual-wielding weapons among other things. However, due to licensing issues, the game was cancelled and there are no plans to ever release it to the public. When Halo 2 was initially released for PC, modders quickly found game files with the file extension AS. What they also found was that sometimes when you tried to edit these files, this error message would be displayed. Apparently, some developers at Bungie thought the file extension AS was hilarious and had to include an actual ass in the game files. However, this innocent prank actually caused the game to be delayed, as Microsoft now had to apply a new rating to the game that included partial nudity. Basically, Halo 2 was delayed because of an asshole. Just like Google has Google Now and Apple has Siri, Microsoft has its very own intelligent personal assistant that comes with Windows phones. The name of this new AI software is Cortana, of course named after the AI character in the Halo franchise. And this AI is also voiced by the same actor who voiced Cortana in the video games. Master Chief's appearance has long remained a mystery throughout the franchise. However, in Halo 4, his face is actually revealed for the first time. Well, partially at least. If you play the game on Legendary, the ending of the game will be slightly different.
The reclamation has already begun, and we are hopeless to stop it.
Even though Destiny was officially revealed for the first time in 2012, Bungie secretly revealed it in 2009 through an Easter egg within the game Halo 3 ODST. In the game, you can find a sign that reads "Destiny awaits" with a picture of the Earth and a mysterious white orb floating above. Keep in mind that this was 5 years before Destiny was even released. The Elite's speech in the original Halo is mostly lines spoken by Sergeant Johnson played in reverse. For example, the Elite's infamous is actually Johnson saying "Go, go, go!" On the same day that the first trailer for Halo 2 premiered back in 2004, members of the gaming community received jars of honey in the mail. On the jars were a link to the website ilovebees.com, and observant viewers of the trailer could spot the same link at the end. The address would lead viewers to a beekeeper's website that appeared to be hacked in some way with a countdown at the bottom of the page. People soon figure out that the website contained a list of coordinates for various locations across the US. At each of these locations, a payphone could be found which would start ringing when the countdown reached 0. If you picked up the phone, a voice would ask you a bunch of questions about Halo, and if you answered them correctly, an audio clip could be heard repeating over and over again. Once enough people had done this, a number on the website would reach 777 and the game was over. Now, after all of this, as a reward, participants were given access to play Halo 2 multiplayer before its release. Basically, all of this was one of the most elaborate marketing campaigns for a video game ever. Bungie is for whatever reason obsessed with the number 7. In fact, they have something called Bungie Day, which is celebrated on July 7th or the 7th day in the 7th month of the year. Because of this, it can be found repeatedly in the Halo franchise, and I really mean repeatedly. For example, 7 active Halos, 7 terminals in Halo 3, Master Chief's ID number is 117. John 117 consists of 4 letters and 3 numbers, 7. Slip space consists of 7 dimensions. The Chinese and Japanese character for the number 7 can be found on the M6D pistol. In Halo 2 there are 7 Covenant races, 7 Covenant vehicles and 7 drivable vehicles overall. The ship Forward Unto Dawn has a star with a 7 in the middle. 7 triangles on the battle rifle. The announcement trailer for Halo Reach was 77 seconds long, or 1 minute and 17 seconds, a reference to Master Chief's ID number 117. Halo games have always had a bunch of ridiculously complicated or just interesting Easter eggs. For example, in Halo 3, there's actually an Easter egg on the loading screen of the game that wasn't discovered until last year, 7 years after the game's release. The Easter egg can only be viewed on December 25th when you hold down both thumbsticks. In both Halo 2 and Halo 3, there's an Easter egg featuring a real-life photo of a man in shorts. The guy in the photo is actually Bungie co-founder Jason Jones. In both Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST, you can find hidden characters in various locations that look like monkeys or cavemen. In Halo 2, there's a secret weapon called the Scarab Gun. To reach it, you have to lure a Banshee through a tunnel full of enemies. At the end of the tunnel, you have to damage it just enough so it can fit through an even smaller tunnel. Then board it at just the right time before it disappears, and then fly to the top of the structure in the next level of the game. How the fuck do people figure this out?